This is Matt with Axeman Guitar Service. Today we're going to be talking about the Spade guitar by Bootlegger and how to string it up and do basic setup adjustments. Of course, if you're not comfortable working on guitars, be sure to take it into a guitar tech. In order to restring this, you'll only need one Allen wrench from the set that comes with it, and we're going to be using it to unlock these hex screws right here, which lock the strings down at the nut. And when you're restringing a trem system model, I do recommend changing each string one at a time. That should keep the bridge parallel to the body. First off, in order to remove the old strings, we're going to use our Allen wrench to untighten these, just enough to let the string slip out of the nut, and then they pull just straight through. Down on this end, we'll want to loosen these knobs to allow the ball end of the string to be released. There we go, and then those pull out nice and easy. So when stringing it up, you're actually going to insert the end of the string in through the nut first, and then on this side, you're going to make sure that that seats properly in the saddle of the bridge, like so. You're going to want to pull this string tight through the hole, and then once it's all set, you're going to lock it down with this hex key right here. And then of course you can cut off the end that's coming out of the slot there. If you have a nut that looks like this, the adjustment screws will just be on the top side here. So you'll feed the string through like that, and then you'll turn these to lock the string in place. But pretty much the same process. And when locking in the strings with the hex screw, you're not going to want to crank down on it, but just kind of a light pressure just to make sure that that is gripped by the locking screw there. Doesn't take much, and you can kind of tug on it to make sure it's secure. Then at this end, with the ball end in the saddle, we can go about turning this clockwise in order to tighten up the string. There we go. We'll just repeat that for all the other strings. And once you've repeated that process to string up all the strings, then we can tune it up to pitch by using the tuners at the end of the body here. Okay, and once you get them all close, you can tug on the strings from the 12th fret here. That will make sure that they're seated properly in the saddles, and also stretch the string out, as new strings do need to be stretched out. And once you're all done tuning all the strings back up to pitch after you stretch them out, you are all done stringing it up. On both models of the Spade, the hardtail and the trem system models, you can adjust the height of the saddles by adjusting these screws here. But in order to do that first, there's a side screw on the front side that you'll need to loosen, and that locks it in place. So once you've raised these or lowered these to the correct height, you're going to lock these down by tightening that screw. In order to adjust the relief of the guitar, we're going to be using the Allen key that fits in the end of the neck here. And you're just going to turn that clockwise to straighten the neck, or to give it more relief, you're going to turn it counterclockwise. If you have a Spade model that has a trem system, the trem should be sitting parallel to the body. And if you need to make adjustments to the claw, you will remove this back panel here, and with a large Phillips screwdriver, tighten or loosen these screws until the trem system sits parallel with the body. In order to adjust the intonation, you're going to use this Allen key, and you're going to loosen the string that needs to be adjusted, and you're going to untighten that screw that locks this individual bridge down. If the string is registering sharp when you play the 12th fret as opposed to the open string, you're going to move the saddle back. If it's showing flat, then you're going to move the saddle that way. And then tighten that up again, retune, and check again. Once that's all intonated, you're ready to go.
And that's pretty much basic operations for the Spade guitar by Bootlegger.